Jake Joseph Paul is an American professional boxer, YouTuber, and actor who was born on January 17, 1997. Before Vine was shut down, he had accumulated 5.3 million followers and 2 billion views since he started uploading videos there in September 2013. He portrayed Dirk Mann in the 2016 to 2018 season of Bizaardvark on the Disney Channel. American boxer Michael Gerard Tyson was born on June 30, 1966, and he fought professionally from 1985 to 2005. He had a post-retirement bout in 2024. During his early career, he was known by the nicknames Iron Mike and Kid Dynamite, and he eventually became renowned as the baddest man on the planet. Tyson is considered one of the all-time best heavyweight fighters. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's altercation. What special rules were changed for the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul bout, and why were they added? The fight between Paul and Tyson, a 58-year-old boxing legend, took place on November 15, 2024, and was broadcast on Netflix for free to subscribers. It featured a number of special rule changes to balance the competition between a 27-year-old YouTube influencer turned boxer or social media star turned boxer. Undisputed super lightweight champion Katie Taylor and unified featherweight champion Amanda Serrano squared off in one of the most anticipated women's boxing rematches in history at the event. Over 190 countries have more than 283 million paying customers of Netflix. The fight served as a crucial test for the streamer as it expands into the sports industry, and as boxing avoids the pay-per-view business model. The rules, regulations, and number of rounds for the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight are explained. The boxing battle between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, which was Netflix's first live athletic event, has certain special rules and restrictions that may need to be explained. For both fighters, the Paul versus Tyson bout is a crucial one. After transitioning from YouTuber to professional boxer, Jake Paul should become well known in the sport as a result of his bout with Tyson. In the meanwhile, Mike Tyson, who hasn't boxed professionally since 2005, came out of retirement to take on Paul. Although Tyson did face Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition bout in 2020, his bout with Jake Paul is regarded as professional. In addition to being Tyson's first professional boxing contest in over 2 decades, his bout with Paul will provide him with the opportunity to close out his career on a more positive note than he has in the past. Tyson lost handily to heavyweight Kevin McBride in his last professional bout. It was seen as a major upset, and Tyson even apologized to the crowd for the bout, saying it was humiliating via USA Today. Even though the contest will have some odd laws and restrictions, his fight versus Jake Paul will be an opportunity to end on a much better note. Mike Tyson versus. Jake Paul is a sanctioned bout. Tyson and Paul's professional records will be used to determine the outcome of the match. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is a sanctioned fight. This indicates that the fight is not an exhibition and will be recorded against the professional records of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. In the event that there is no knockout or technical knockout, the bout will also be decided by professional referees and judges. Mike Tyson chose to have the bout ruled out and count against his professional record, according to Nikisa Badarian, co-founder of Jake Paul's boxing and fighting promotion firm, via ESPN. Jake didn't want to do it as a sanctioned bout, but it was Tyson's decision. I think it was more significant as a professional bout because we were reintroducing Mike Tyson to the sport. The bout will be one of just a few that Tyson and Paul have fought together, both of whom have outstanding win-loss records. Paul has a 10-1 record with 7 knockout victories, whereas Tyson has a 50-6 record with 44 knockout victories. If their battle doesn't result in a draw, one of the competitors will probably leave with another defeat, but both will want to keep their records intact. However, in order for the bout to be deemed sanctioned, the participants had to accept a set of rules that deviated from standard boxing guidelines and had 3 disclaimers. There will be 8 rounds in the Paul versus Tyson fight. There will be 4 fewer rounds than usual in Paul versus Tyson, and each round will be 1 minute shorter. The bout between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul will only last 8 rounds, when most boxing contests go 10 or 12. The Paul versus Tyson bout will include 4 less rounds overall, and each round will only run 2 minutes, rather than the typical 3 minutes for male boxers via CBS Sports. However, there's a significant probability the bout won't last 8 rounds based on the fighters' histories and quantity of knockout victories. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are fighting with 14-ounce boxing gloves. Which weight classes are typical for boxing gloves? To protect Tyson and Paul, heavier gloves lessen the force of punches. The usage of 14-ounce gloves by the fighters was one of the conditions of the Tyson versus Paul bout. On the other hand, according to the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations Combative Sports Regulations, all weight categories up to, and including 147 pounds, shall use 8-ounce gloves. They may use 10-ounce gloves in heavier courses. According to the Associated Press, boxers who wear thicker gloves are less likely to injure others because their punches are less powerful and swift. Generally speaking, 14-ounce gloves are only used for practice and sparring, not for official combat. Given Tyson and Paul's age, medical history, win-loss record, and quantity of knockout victories, all of which may put them at risk, 14-ounce gloves were chosen. The choice could have been influenced by certain health hazards. Size of a boxing ring. Tyson preferred a smaller ring to limit Jake Paul's mobility and avoidance of blows. However, the precise measurements were not made public. It was anticipated that the ring would be between 16 and 24 feet in diameter, with modifications made to ensure that both combatants would be treated fairly. Following evaluations that included heart and brain scans, a TDLR official declared that Paul and Tyson were both healthy enough to compete. In fact, Mike Tyson's health problems before to his bout with Jake Paul have caused debate. In protest of the 27-year-old Paul facing the 58-year-old Tyson, Mike Hearn, CEO of Matchroom Boxing, said he would not go to the Paul versus Tyson bout via ESPN. The truth is that Mike Tyson was shot fully done when he quit from the sport 20 years ago. 20 years ago, it was very depressing to see. You can tell this man shouldn't be in a ring again just by talking to him and observing him. To tell the truth, I would be a little ashamed if I were Jake Paul. This is reckless, hazardous, and, in my view, demeaning to boxing as a sport. Although Tyson and Paul have to pass medical examinations in order for the bout to be sanctioned, Hearn's concerns may be justified. Who created the rules for the fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? The fight was sanctioned, and the rules were decided by the Texas Department of Licensing and Registration. The Texas Department of Licensing and Registration determined the regulations for the bout between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Since the fight will take place at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the TDLR has control over its regulations. In Texas, the TDLR has licenses for a number of combative sports, such as kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing, and mixed martial arts. Additionally, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul had medical evaluations by the TDLR, which modified its approved regulations as necessary. Enjoyed this content? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates and exciting insights.